most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schultz, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Because we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
So again, thank you to all of you for contributing to Liz's and Alex's fund. We just want to make sure we got that out there right away because some people were wondering what was going on with that. So today we're going to talk about if you are diagnosed with cancer, top 3 things you should do immediately. A lot of this information is from the Patient's Playbook. It's by Leslie Mickelson. It's How to Save Your Life and the Lives of Those You Love. I thought this was a really good comprehensive book, kind of a guideline of what to do with any serious illness, actually.
Sure.
Not just cancer, but any serious illness, how to approach it and save your life.
And how to work with the medical community.
And how to, exactly, which is very complex, as you know. If you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and upload every day. Also, we're always giving something away. Go to bobandbrad.com, and we have the giveaway section.
Yes.
And you can also go to Facebook on Bob and Brad. It's always pinned to the top of the page. If you want a shorter version of us, Instagram and Twitter, there you go. What we're giving away this week is the RENPHO Air Purifier. Actually, we're giving away 2 of these, Brad. And
one in each room.
Yeah, there we go. But it's a great device for purifying your area, especially if you have allergies.
Right.
So
it's really comprehensive. They got the filtering system is very detailed and good job. It's a high quality.
All right. First off, let me extend my greatest sympathies to you and your family of people who are watching. If you're watching this because someone in your family has been diagnosed with cancer.
Sure.
I've gone through this with my daughter. It's devastating. I mean, one thing that I found that worked out the best for us, Brad, is that you feel better taking action.
Sure.
If you're just sitting there and lamenting over it, you feel better, doing these things that we're going to mention today.
Okay.
So the first thing is you really want to choose the right place for treatment. And that seems obvious, but a lot of people I know, so they have a hospital in their town. It might be a smaller hospital and they're going, well, I got cancer. I'm just going to get treated here because it's a lot easier. You really don't want to do that. You want to pick basically a center of excellence.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pick, if you have small problems, you can go to a small hospital, but when you have large problems, you got to go to a large teaching hospital.
Sure.
And, most of these your insurance a lot of time and Medicare will cover these large institutions. You can go to some of the best institutions in the world and they'll take Medicare.
Sure.
So,
wow.
So, in our area, we're very lucky. We've got 2, like within, what did you say, an hour and a half?
Right, easy drive.
Yeah, easy drive. We have the Mayo Clinic and we have Gunderson Health Services systems. So all very good.
I don't know. I'm kind of going against you a little bit here, Bob, but I know my friend went to Gunderson and then he went to Mayo, and then he actually went to a third place, which was a small, but it's very specific, and that's all they treated.
Yeah, and that's a different story.
Was that specific cancer?
That's exactly right. That's a good point.
So there's exceptions to that.
Yeah, there's exceptions to that if you have a clinic that just specializes in that one cancer.
Sure.
Absolutely. So, all right, number 2, you really get the second opinion. At least have the pathology report reread. So one study they cited in here, and they had a whole chapter or section on this.
Sure.
How important this was. There was 742 patients in this study, and they all had cancer, and they got a second opinion. In 69 of the cases, that's 9%, they came up with a different diagnosis on the second opinion.
It was a different kind of a cancer, or wasn't cancer?
I don't know. It just was a different diagnosis.
Okay.
So either way, it's really important to know.
Right.
So
I have a good friend of mine. His father was diagnosed with lung cancer, and it was the
small cell, or
it was from the chemical that you
asbestos.
Yes.
Okay.
And so he was diagnosed with it. So they went to get the best surgeon they could, which happened to be in New York that they found. He flew to New York to have the surgery. And he was good, the surgeon was, because something didn't look right about it. So he got another biopsy of it, sent it in while he was on the table, ended up not being cancer.
Oh, wow.
And that was 5 or 6 years ago. He's healthy as can be today. So they lived with this diagnosis for, I don't know how many weeks before they had this. Yeah,
right, right.
the whole family was obviously in
Yeah,
turmoil.
devastated,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So that 9%, that second opinion can be a real good idea.
And you don't again have to go necessarily see another doctor. Just send the pathology report.
Sure. Hmm.
I used to work at Mayo Clinic, and I saw this all the time, Brad.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, I remember one time they go, "Well, we saw it in our scan, but we also look at it. We can see it in their scan. They were wrong." I mean,
Yeah.
it just, I don't know what it is, but there's human error still in
Well,
life.
it's and the
So
human body's
yeah,
complicated.
it is,
Eh,
and like lung cancer is a notorious one for that.
yeah.
That they
Hmm.
can kind of misdiagnose with
Sure.
bronchitis and all that. But okay, number three, you want to immerse yourself in knowledge from reputable sites. So the worst thing you can do is go on Google and put in your diagnosis, and you start reading things, and who knows who you're reading from.
Right.
So there's a couple of sites, and they go over a lot of them in here.
Okay.
But the NIH, Natural Institute of Health, has a site called PubMed,
Hmm.
PubMed.com. That's all research studies, and that's a little bit more difficult for the layperson to weed through.
Right.
But
Right.
if you start reading a lot of the studies, it starts to make sense to you, some of the verbiage they use and
Sure.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
So, but there's certainly other ones that are written for the layperson. Mayo Clinic has a website, just
Okay.
mayoclinic.com, and WebMD. I have found that to be a good solid site
Okay.
too. So
Yeah. Just knowing if we Google and stuff for physical therapy, and it's just something written by someone who's not a therapist, doesn't have background in it, but they have some exercise background and they're trying to treat
yeah, we see some crazy
give
stuff, don't
information
we?
on back pain, and it's
Yeah,
like they clearly haven't seen patients with
right.
back pain over a period of years.
What I often see, and this is on YouTube a lot, is that someone treated their own back
Yeah.
using a certain method and it worked,
Yeah.
but they're in like vast majority of the cases that's not going to work. In fact,
Sure.
it'll probably make things worse.
Yeah.
So you really want to go to reputable sources.
Sure.
So all right, good luck with it. I hope things turn out great for you.
Right.
So
Exactly.
all right.